A very warm good evening to all of you. Today we are assembled here for yet another learning experience, which we'll be getting from two of the eminent speakers from the industry, Dr. Renu Sharma and Mr. Gaurav Gurbani. Both of them belong to different backgrounds, have different experience, and have exposure to different circumstances when we talk about Industry 4.0. We are delighted to have you, Dr. Renu Sharma, ma'am, here for the first session for today. Dr. Renu Sharma is working as an associate professor at the IITM Guru Gobind Singh University, Indraprastha University. She has done engineering, MBA, and PhD management from Rajasthan University, Jaipur. She has been into teaching from last 19 years, and in fact more than 19 years. She has completed HR Analytics certification from IIM Indore. Her specialization areas are operations management, operation research, and project management. Dr. Renu has published many research papers in national and international journals of repute. She has conducted many sessions on data analysis using R and data visualizing using Power BI. Ma'am, we are honored to have you here with us. Over to you, ma'am. Awaiting a sensational session from you.
Thank you so much. So I hope I am audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
All right, thank you. Good evening, dear coordinators and participants. Today I am going to speak on the topic Industry 4.0, Challenges and Opportunities in Implementation. I hope I'll be able to justice to the topic. So please allow me to share my screen, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
So being a teacher of production management, I will be starting with the concepts and how the concept was evolved over a period of time. So let me explain it to you. So how do we define Industry 4.0? See, there are various technology like Internet of Things, cloud computing, machine learning algorithm, deep learning, and predictive analytics. So these are the techniques. When you mix all these techniques, the combination of these techniques, these are commonly known as Industry 4.0. So it is nothing but amalgamation of advanced technology in manufacturing with IoT. So what is the need of this, the new technology, Industry 4.0? So because the manufacturing business all over the world is in constant pressure due to cutthroat competition and evolving customer demand. So this is Industry 4.0 has the master key to navigate through this turbulent environment. So let me tell you how the era of industrial revolution began. Yes, so the first industrial revolution was concerned with improving efficiency with the use of hydropower, steam power, and machine tools. And we all know that it was started in Great Britain. The second industrial revolution came from electricity and mass production. This is for the first time the concept of assembly line was introduced for mass production. Talking about Industry 3.0, it was the era of computerization, IT, and electronics. And this is the era of IR4, where we have smart factories, autonomous manufacturing, IoTs, where machine is giving instruction to other machine, and the data, the real-time data is collected and it is stored on cloud, and the decision, what is to be done with that data. See, the predictive analytics and the algorithm and the machine is taking decision, what is to be done with that data. So this is the era of industrial revolution, which was started in Germany in 2011 with the Association of Industrialists, Businessmen. There were some academicians. So with the collaboration of German government, it was started. So what was the objective of starting this Industry 4.0? The objective was to achieve competitiveness in manufacturing. So using AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, data mining, IoT, cloud computing, cyber physical system, robotics, 3D printing, yes, blockchain technology. And these technology, they are existing in almost all the economic activities nowadays. So they are there in medicine, manufacturing, they are there in agriculture, they are there in education. So collectively, all these techniques are called Industry 4.0. So these technologies are improving productivity many times and facilitating efficient use of resources. They are reducing machine downtime. How they are doing it, I'll let you know. Uh, and they are, they are generating that the machine, they are generating the, let's say, signal that the machine requires maintenance now, that is the application of predictive maintenance. So it is changing the mode, the work mode and the way we are doing the work. It is changing the labor market. So you can say that while the previous three IRs, they were, they were revolving around muscle work, this is for the first time the industry 4.0 arises to perform brain work in place of a human being. So as other developing country, we India, we were left behind in the three IRs, earlier three IRs. So this time it is the right time to harness the IR4 potential for our societal development. So therefore, it is our joint responsibility to do that. So I think this FDP is providing a platform where everyone, the policy maker, the academicians, and the industrialists, they can present their perspective on Industry 4.0, the opportunities ahead, and the challenges in front of implementation of the these technology. So in that way, I am thankful to this Asian Business School and the coordinators of the FDP who conceived this idea to conduct FDP on a very relevant issue. So I'm thankful to you, ma'am. So let me tell you what are the pillars of Industry 4.0 and how they are important in manufacturing nowadays. So if I talk about IoT, in IoT, various equipments, machines, they are connected, the sensors in manufacturing, they are connected with each other through web-enabled service. They are collecting data on real-time basis, and the data is stored on cloud. And the robots, the machinery, the equipment, as I told you, the radio frequency, ID tags, all of them are connected with each other. And the real-time, the monitoring is done, and the condition of the machine is also predicted by using IoTs. I'll give you one example. The companies like Amazon and Walmart, they are using RFID tags on their merchandise. So textile ke baad, after successful implementation of using RFID on merchandise, now the suppliers, the Amazon and Walmart supplier, so they are forced to put RFID tags on all the goods, electronic goods, the games and everything, sports goods. So they are putting up RFID tags. So through these tags, the stock can be monitored on real time basis. So कहाँ पे inventory क्या क्या change हो रही है, consignment कहाँ है, so you can track on real time basis. So this is one example of IoT. Another is the example of it is used in predictive maintenance. Let me tell you what is that. See, there are if you attach some sensors to with the huge machines, and the sensors are detecting some noise or some vibration in the machine, so they can detect that some problem is going on with your machine, and this requires maintenance. So before it gets breakdown, you can get the maintenance done so that your production is not interrupted. So this is how predictive maintenance is done through various sensors. I'll give you examples of various companies which are taking the or you say which are outsourcing this the work of maintenance to some other companies like ABB, which is the biggest automated electrical equipment manufacturing company. Another important technology or pillar of Industry 4.0 is additive manufacturing, which is also known as 3D printing. So what is that? It is creation of 3D objects by forming layers of material which can be produced more faster, more precisely, and flexibility. So 3D printing is nowadays used in construction. I would like to tell you one example that recently L&T has created a post office in Bangalore using 3D printing devices, 3D printing manufacturing technique. And it is so fast that you can produce even a house within 24 hours. So this is the magic of 3D printing. It is used in the creation of prosthetic devices, prosthetic limbs for the handicapped. So this is a new technology which is reducing the product design and development time. So within minutes, you can design a product by using this 3D printing technology by putting up layers of material. Okay, and the prototype is created. Another important technology which is used in Industry 4.0 is cloud computing. So the cloud is, there are companies which are giving you these facilities, cloud app, where they are allows organization to store, process, and share the data in real time from any device, anywhere, any location. So companies like Netflix, like Coca-Cola, so they are taking the cloud services for storing the real-time data so that they can make decisions on the basis of that data. Netflix is using even machine learning to create better user experience. So what is the history of the viewers? So on the basis of your history, on the basis of the data collected and stored on cloud, so it is giving you recommendation that you should watch this now. So it is using actually machine learning algorithm as well as the data is stored on cloud. Then another important technology which is used in Industry 4.0 is augmented reality. So it connects with virtual and real world using digital information flows. So again, the companies are using AR. In medicine, it is used. IKEA is using augmented reality to create a good experience, customer experience. The customers can visualize how the IKEA furniture will look like in their own space, whether it will be suited or not. So this is generated through augmented reality. Then comes autonomous robots. So they can perform high risk tasks, and they can reduce error. They can perform tasks with very high efficiency, 10 times faster than the human being. There are companies like Flipkart. The Flipkart is using automated guided vehicles to sort the parcel on the basis of the code written. So the companies are using these automated robots, as I told you. Then comes cyber physical system. Cyber physical system means there is a arrangement when machine is connected to another machine. Man is giving instruction to other machine. So it's a virtual world where machine is connected to machine, a man is connected to machine, or machine is connected to man. So it is actually made up of various IT system, mechanical system, electronic system. So collectively we call them cyber physical system. Cloud computing is repeated, I'm sorry. Then what is machine learning? Machine learning can analyze large volume of data which is stored on your cloud, and they can generate insights from the data and make predictive analytics on the basis of the algorithm. So they can apply as I told you, Netflix is using machine learning algorithm to improve the user's experience. They just personalize the recommendation, and for viewers by analyzing the customer history, viewing history. So these are various technology, and collectively it is not that all the companies, all the smart factories are using all of them. So if you are using few of them or one of them, so we can at least one step moving towards implementation of Industry 4.0. So I would like to tell you some case studies now, how there are smart companies which are implementing Industry 4.0. So there is a company called Tenaris. It's a global manufacturing organization that produces steel pipes, and it has outsourced the work of maintenance, and it is given to ABB. ABB is an MNC that produces automated electrical equipment, and the Tenaris is a company. It has 400 electric motors. The motors are required to drive the rolling mills. All right. So they have given the contract of maintenance of these motors to the company ABB. Now, what ABB did, the company installed smart sensors with each electric motor, and it keeps on sending these signals, the performance data, to a platform, dedicated platform, so that you can monitor on a real time basis if there is some problem in the data. If you get the signal that something is going on with that motor, immediately you provide maintenance. This is called predict. This is an application of predictive analytics, and this technique is called predictive maintenance. When you can predict the maintenance, that there is some problem going on with the machine, so this is how, with the help of sensors, the data can be generated and you can fix it before it gets breakdown. Another example of this smart factory is in 2019, Unilever partnered with Microsoft to develop a digital twin. What is digital twin? Digital twin means creating a virtual replica of your physical equipment or physical machine. So the Microsoft has created a digital twin for HUL. So now they are observing their production facilities in a virtual mode, so they can, it is constantly sending data. And with the help of digital twin, the HUL can assess how long it takes to produce one bottle of shampoo, all right, or how can they reduce this time, manufacturing time, or how can they optimize it. Or digital twin helps HUL to control the moisture level of Unilever soap making machine, enabling constant quality. And because of this, Unilever could save $2.8 million yearly due to less energy consumption and increased productivity. So this is how the companies are becoming smart. Another example is Airbus. See, in case of an assembly of a commercial jetliner, so many parts are there with different specifications that you cannot miss out any of the parts. So it requires millions of tens of thousands of assembly steps. All right. And all the parts should have a very, peculiar specification. There should not be any mistake in that case. And the cost of mistake is too high. So to tackle this complexity, Airbus has launched a digital manufacturing initiative known as Factory of the Future. And the company has integrated sensors to tools and machines on the shop floor and given workers smart glasses. So the smart glasses, they are designed to reduce error. They keep on telling them that this is step to be done. This part is to be assembled now. So therefore, no mistake is committed and the company is ensuring quality while assembling a jetliner. Similarly, Amazon is considering drone for delivering and using Wi-Fi connected Kiva robots in warehouses. So the company has a thought process that it has robots to locate shelves of product and bring them to worker rather than a worker going to the shelf and bringing the product or searching the product, because it takes a lot of time. So robot, because they are more precise, more accurate, and they are more faster, to increase the productivity now, the company is using a robot in place of the human being. Another example of the smart company is heavy equipment company Caterpillar is using IoT and AR, augmented reality, to give machine operators as a glance. So if there is some problem, see, there is some problem of, let's say, the filter, oil filter or air filter needs to be replaced. So how it is to be done? So they have created an augmented reality app. So through the app, they can visualize that where the part is to be put in the machine, and they can doing it themselves. So this is with the help of AR. The view of everything, the machine inside picture of the machine is given to the worker, and they are given the instruction that how oil filter and air filter is replaced. So this is how the company is using augmented reality, the company Caterpillar. So if I talk about what are the benefits of going through industrial revolution 4.0 or technology 4.0. So your efficiency can be improved through automation. As I told you, if you use robots, they are 10 times more faster. They are more precise. They reduce the number of errors are less. So the efficiency can be increased. So you can make more products, make them faster. As I gave you one example of 3D printing technology, a house is created within 24 hours. ठीक है, I gave you example of the post office created by Larsen and Toubro. I think within 47 days, the entire post office is created. So this is how, through automated robot, through 3D printing technology, you can do work faster. You can design the product in a very short span of time. So this is how you can achieve efficiency through automation. Reduce downtime. Let me tell you what is downtime. Downtime means the machine is waiting for getting repair. The machine is not working and it is now waiting to get repaired. So now if you are attaching sensors with the machine, see, this is the application of IoT. IoT में क्या कर रहे हैं आप? Sensors machine के साथ attach कर रहे हैं and the sensors are detecting the noise, the vibration, the excessive heat generated by the machine, and the real-time data is given to the platform, and the human being or the operator, he can monitor, he can visualize that some problem is going on with the machine. It requires maintenance. So actually you are reducing the downtime because you are providing maintenance the machine on time. All right, before it gets breakdown, you are giving them maintenance. So it is reducing the downtime means now machine is available for more time and your productivity can be increased. So this is the third point, that your productivity is increased. So I gave you example of the company Tenaris and ABB. So Tenaris company has given the contract of predictive maintenance to the company ABB. ABB ने क्या किया? सारी इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर्स के साथ सेंसर्स अटैच कर दिए and now the sensors are detecting any problem, or the sensors are regularly collecting data and the data is sent to the platform where you can monitor that whether everything is fine with the electric motors or there is some problem going on. So how can we increase productivity? By reducing product design time, development time, by reducing the downtime. So these are the ways. By using 3D printing, you can increase productivity. Then comes improve product quality. So you can improve product quality by detecting errors on time. All right. So you can correct the error, detect error on time, or rather we can use robots where the chances of errors are less. So on the basis of that, we can, collect the quality data on constant basis. Real-time data on quality is collected and again it is monitored and try to find out that something is going on wrong or the production is going fine. So this is how your quality will also be improved. Better customer experience. So by using machine learning algorithm, as I told you, so you can keep on giving a recommendation to the viewers on the basis of their previous history. The recommendations are given on the basis of through a machine learning algorithm. And I gave you example of how the augmented reality is used by IKEA. So IKEA is creating a good experience by giving them this feature, augmented reality, where you can visualize your furniture within your space. The furniture of IKEA within your space, how, whether it suits or not, and you can decide it. Increase flexibility and agility. It means that quickly you can adopt to the customer requirement. You can quickly adopt to the changes changing in the market and customer requirement. So if you are designing a product and the customer wants something else, so quickly you can change the design. So with the help of 3D printing device, 3D printing technology, you can go for flexibility and agility, which is the need of our better sustainability. If you can reduce energy consumption, if you can reduce waste, so you can go for better sustainability. All right. We can reduce cost by reducing waste, as I told you. Improve decision making. So as I told you, the real time data is collected and it is stored on cloud. So you can make decision making on the basis of real time data, which is more precise, more accurate. There are companies which are, doing it. Companies, the financial companies can make decision to minimize the risk of lending, credit risk they can minimize, so they can watch the previous history of the customer. This is how the companies are using the data, past data, to visualize or to take decision making, and the quality of decision is improved. Optimize supply chain management, as I told you, by using RFID tags. Walmart is, optimizing its supply chain. It can track the trucks which are carrying supplies, or the RFID tags are used used by the supplier, so that the real time inventory monitoring is done. So it is used for inventory control. So now comes the challenges. So talking about the challenges and barriers in implementation of Industry 4.0. So the first challenge is high initial investment cost on infrastructure. So though the manufacturer may be having the existing infrastructure, but the same infrastructure will be compatible with the new IoT technology or AI technology, or with the cloud computing technology, or with the robots. So whether the IoT network system which connects all entities, all equipments, machines, all right, robots and everything. See, so establish this type of IoT network requires huge cost. So it is actually a big risk is involved. Neither the stakeholders, they are not ready to put up their money because the risk is too high. All right. So this is the biggest, I think, challenge in the implementation of technology 4.0. Another thing is lack of education and skill training. So with the implementation of Industry 4.0, the jobs and skill profile will transform. Therefore, the skills and qualification will needs to be changed. According to World Economic Forum, by 2025, 50% of all employees will need reskilling. All right. So they to adopt the new technology, you will need to send them for training. So organization requires to conduct some training program for their existing employees. They should send them to the educational institute to learn this technology. So this is another challenge in front of the implementation of technology 4.0. So skill training program to their employees to align their skill with the latest technology is required. And five years down the line, over two-thirds of skills considered important today will be redundant in future. So they will change. So there will be new skills which will be emerging, like analytical skills, analytical thinking, innovation, creativity, problem solving, complex problem solving rather. All right. And leadership. So they are the skills which uh, will be in demand at that time. So this is the biggest challenge in front of all of us, that we all should learn. Reskilling is required, upskilling is required. So this is the challenge. Lack of skills workforce. So you will not, because in our country we don't have, this is the problem, that we have many engineering college, but unemployment data says that we don't have the skilled engineers which are required. So with the combination of two tools, IoT and big data, experts and skilled workforce with specific skill set will be requiring. So for that, we require more colleges, more educational institutes to produce the skilled workforce which are required. Data security, because the companies, the devices, the sensors, the machines will be generating real-time data. So with the application of IoT, Industry 4.0 will acquire the ability of real-time operating capability, and massive amount of information is generated and stored. So the problem is that the unauthorized access of that information will be there. So there is always a risk involved that the people may take the customer information, the organization information. So this is the problem is going to come. We are going to face this problem. The data may not be secured. Legal framework for data protection, it talks about the laws with respect to copyright, patent. So manufacturing industry must consider the laws about data protection and liability for AI because the available legislations are not efficient to guarantee data security. So we'll be requiring the sound framework for legal framework rather for protecting our data. Lack of technology integration and compatibility. As I told you, many manufacturing firms will upgrade. They will have to upgrade their existing infrastructure into smart one. So all of them are having, heterogeneous machine equipment. So it is possible that they may not be compatible with the latest technology. So again, they will have to face the problem because of the lack of technology integration, and there can be some compatibility issue. Organizational constraint, there may be reluctance among the employees to accept new technology. Maybe you can say that this may be our culture, that there are organization like public sector undertaking, so where we'll have to face resistance, workers resistance in implementation of industry 4.0. Employment disruption, as I told you, it will disrupt the existing employment market and the new jobs will be created. There are possibility that 5 million people may lose their job globally. So it will going to change the nature of the work. It is going to change the skills which are required. So it is going to create employment disruption. Organizational constraint, because the ROI is highly uncertain. So not I was reading somewhere that more than 70% of initiatives, the technology 4.0 initiatives are failed across all over the world. So it is not that everyone is successful. So because of the uncertain ROI, the companies are reluctant to invest a large amount of money on infrastructure. So this is the problem. Lack of vision and leadership. Sometimes the top management wants to implement it, but they don't have vision. They don't have leadership quality. So the top management, lack of vision associated with digital operation, applications and importance to manufacturing industry, as well as lack of leadership support can hinder the implementation of industry 4.0. So these are the various challenges. There are many more. Higher cost of scaling is one. Lack of interest in innovation. If you see the innovation index of our country, so it is very poor. So we are not good in innovation, though we are good in jugaad, but the actual innovation which is required to implement industry 4.0, so we are lacking behind. Lack of knowledge is one. Lack of data analytics skills, as we don't have proper the so many educational institute and so many let's say expert on data analytics. So because of this, this could be a challenge in implementation. The investors are also not ready to in putting up their money into this type of firm because the ROI is highly uncertain and there are fear of failure. There is a fear of failure as the global failure rate is 72%, as I told you. So therefore, people may have, the top leaders may have failure in adopting these new technologies. So these are other challenges, as I told you. Another challenges is slow network. So the companies which are manufacturing companies which are located in remote areas. So to implement IoT, the devices are connected with each other through internet. So you require 5G network or fast internet speed. So it is possible that in remote areas you don't get that speed. So again, it is an problem or barrier in the implementation of technology 4.0. Now the question arises, are we ready to take off? So, see, there are various views on these aspects. As per McKinsey analysis of Indian companies, they are adopting Industry 4.0 across functions like manufacturing, logistics, procurement, and supply chain. If they use it, they can improve operating profit by 40% just by making 10% of capital expenditure. So can you imagine? So they can, earn 40% of operating profit just by making 10% of the expenditure, capital expenditure. So many initiatives are taken up by our government, AP government. It is aimed to turn the state into an IoT hub. And the state government plan to set up 10 IoT hubs with participation of the private sector. Another initiative is India has taken few initiatives to embrace Industry 4.0. So as per Indian Brand Equity Foundation analysis, the Indian government plans to increase the share of manufacturing sector in GDP from 16% to 25% by 2025 through various initiatives like Make in India, Digital India, etc. The Ministry of Heavy Industries and Public Enterprises is supporting the development of 4 centers across the nation to support small and medium startups to adopt Industry 4.0. Indian government has also developed policy framework initiatives like Make in India, Digital India to support technology integration to implement Industry 4.0. And India's first smart factory, I would like to tell you that our first smart factory is being set up in Bangalore. It is developed by Indian Institute of Sciences Center for Product Design and Manufacturing with the funding from Boeing Company. There are few more initiatives. So research and innovation. The implementation of Industry 4.0 demands a culture of innovation. So Indian government is promoting incubators, research facilities, research initiatives like Atal Innovation Mission, etc. The government is providing digital infrastructure to support IoT devices by deploying 5G technology, and it is making it available in remote areas as well. The Indian government is collaborating with global partners to take advantage of global expertise. Indian government is promoting joint ventures, research alliances, technology transfer agreement, etc. So these are all we are doing. So we don't want to, left behind in this era. So this is what happened with us in the previous 3 eras. So this time we are already, taking off. We have already taken off actually. So I would like to conclude my presentation with a quote. Once a new technology starts rolling, if you are not part of the stream roller, you are the part of the road. So it is, very much necessary to adopt the new technology before we left behind again. So with this, the quote is given by Stewart Brand. So the update yourself, the time of reskilling, upskilling, updating yourself is very much required. So as a researcher, as an academician, our job is to understand this technology and, making deliberations so that people may understand it. So if the experts of, or, see the academician, they can understand it better, they can help the society, they can help the community to learn this technology faster. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The forum is now open for questions and any queries. If the participants would like to ask ma'am, ma'am is here to.
Good evening, ma'am. Sapna this side, ma'am. Hello.
Good
Yes,
evening,
ma'am.
Sapna
You're
ma'am. How are
audible,
you?
Sapna ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
I am fine, ma'am. You are always my role model, and
Oh, thank you so much, Sapna ma'am. All
yes,
the
ma'am.
best for your PhD.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a quite insightful session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, please come back to us once you complete your coursework.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Such a delight it is to have such conversations, to be a part of such conversations. Anyone else from the participants would like to ask Renu ma'am and take advantage of her expertise and experience here? As of in the chat box, I can't find any queries, ma'am.
Okay,
But then let's be open for another 2 minutes if
no
anybody
problem.
wants to
Yes, yes, I
raise.
am here only. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, participant, quickly, if you can jot down what I have told you today in 2 lines. What is Industry 4.0? It would be a great feedback for me. Just write down in the chat box. If you have understood any technology, any pillar of Industry 4.0, or any benefit, or how it can be useful in education sector.
Renu ma'am,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you for accepting our invitation. I have a query here.
Yes, ma'am.
Industry 4.0 very often, it's targeted as something which has more to do with production concept.
Yes, ma'am.
But where exactly are the other concepts like product concept or the selling concept or marketing concept? Where are these variables incorporated in Industry 4.0?
No, ma'am. Actually, we are using it in supply chain management. As I told you, the examples of Amazon and Walmart. I have given you example of Flipkart. The Flipkart is using automated guided vehicle robots for sorting out the parcels. So it is doing it 10 times faster than human being, as I told you. So in supply chain, you can inventory control and supply chain, you can use it. Or another, I think augmented reality we can use in medicine, and 3D printing technology can be used to create prosthetic devices. And it is useful in product design as well. The design time is uh, can be shortened using this technology. You can create prototype of product in a very short span of time.
Yes, ma'am. So where do these concepts of just in time and Kaizen, are they relevant still or they are redundant?
All right. See, I think if you are tracking your inventory with the help of these, I think sensors and all IoT and RFID, it will automatically can be minimized. So human intervention is not required much. So these are philosophy to total quality management just in time. They are just the philosophy. So if it is already taken care of by the sensors and machine, I don't think that the human, brain power is required more. Yes, ma'am. Dr. Mamta.
Very good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening to all the participants. What I could really gain that how over a period of time, business orientation is getting undergoing so many transitional phase. What the other person, like my colleague, was talking about, that we are moving from production to product to sales to marketing. So now we are talking about an era of analytics, a lot of data. When we are saying that data is the fuel, whether I'm talking about client handling or customer servicing, or whether I'm talking about production, whether I'm talking about grievance handling. So we are automating the processes. We are using chatbots and AI, but we are making those algos, and there is no way these human skill set is going to really get redundant. We are just talking about a lot about upskilling and reskilling. That means how, in a better way, we can utilize these technologies. What was the fear when computers were introduced? Similar kind of fear is coming here. It doesn't that mean that we are going to be obsolete. It's the only thing that how we need to be receptive and how we need to really bring in those changes into ourselves and need to be open up. So the whole idea is, as a business, it's not about business as such only. It's about living also. How I'm placing an order online only, and I can repeat my last order also. That is
Yes, yes,
a
correct.
clear application of this automation process. So I can have my EMI configured that every month on that specific day that EMI would be debited from my account. So auto debiting kind of feature. But as a human being, I had to ensure that my account has that same balance. I can develop question through AI usage. I can develop, but the content should be my own, and I should know what is there in content. And whenever I am developing certain content based upon AI or chat box, ultimately I have to go through. Those are machinery only. They don't understand what I want to highlight and want my students to learn. What are the skills requirement as per the given changes in the environment? Agility we are talking about. That is something unpredictable. We can't have, because we are training these database on our previous behavior. And when we can't predict the future, because we are not having the same technology is changing in such a rapid, we can't say it's a progressive incremental progress in terms of I would say change. So change management and how we are handling something the business needs to really bring in. How as an educator I need to be very receptive. What are the pros, what are the cons, and how in the best capacity I can understand. I cannot implement online quizzes because the infra is such a poor, connectivity issues can be there. Number of times what I am seeing on the screen and what my student is seeing on the screen on the same platform can be different. So we need to be very practical that yes, we have to have a combination. And how, even if we are using robotics, we need to know how these robots needs to be driven by us, and we don't need to follow them. It's giving me trigger, it's giving me that reason that I can automate certain tasks, but ultimately I have to operate, I have to give them command, I have to give prompt to right prompt to that chatbot so
Yes,
that I
correct.
get the answer response correctly. This is my take on this complete discussion. The
Yes,
thing is,
yes.
we are for the last 2 days discussing so much about the same concept and same thing. I think that is the reason that most of the participants are silent or not raising query and not utilizing your presence over. And ma'am, you are, I think, not been aware what other experts have covered in the last 2 days during 4 long sessions.
Right,
So
right.
I really appreciate the type of amount, your slides and everything is very much the same. But for us, it's little repetition. So that is
Okay.
the reason I am just highlighting, because your expectation from us being academician and participators are very high, and we are unable to meet that expectation of
No,
having an
no, it's
interaction with
not
you.
like that.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Moreover, I think there are some jobs where human intervention is required still, like a job of a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or HR manager. You know, that you cannot, there you require a customized approach. See, I was just reading an example somewhere that HR, an employee was retired, or employee ko a machine was giving that employee all the paychecks and gratuity and whatever was due. So he was expecting that HR manager could have offered him a cup of tea or thoda gratitude show करता कि आपने इतने साल यहाँ निकाले, we are very thankful, but this did not happen. So in that case, you require some, human touch is required. In our job as well, we require some customized approach as per the student.
I really
Sometimes,
agree with
yeah,
you. Number of times students have given that option to be online, right? They can interact, but they are interacting with so many digital media that they are getting so obsessed and they are not appreciating physical presence of their own parents, their own siblings, or the teachers. They want to be there in metaverse. Now I am using the term also. In
yes,
metaverse,
yes.
you can create your fictitious identity where you are disowning yourself, you are getting away with your real fact, your real personality, your height, your skin color, everything. So you're denying the reality. So that way, how in a adolescence age, getting to know very we don't want to live with their own parents. I
Right.
think that can be a reason for a lot of disaster of breaking up the social institution, what we call family.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
So when people are not believing in the concept of family, so just see the Western in terms of number of divorces to number of crimes being happening.
Yes, ma'am.
So that psychological counseling.
Ma'am, I wanted to, take this opportunity because we've got a lot of academicians here, and you're given your expertise in analytics and research analysis. If you could just give a brief of the tools that which are must know for us at this point in time, it would be great. Like the tools that we as academicians and research guides should know hands on. And yes, it would be really great, ma'am, because your expertise is primarily, you've been doing so many workshops all over that that will hold some other day. But as of now, you could just give an idea about the primary tools for research that we should be knowing, ma'am.
Ma'am, I think I am taking sessions on R and Power BI. So Power BI I don't find much useful for us as a researcher. So I think we should know R because it is a very powerful tool. You can create heat maps, you can whatever you want to do, whichever analysis you want to do, you can do it in R. Also, the help provided by our community is so good. If you are stuck somewhere and you just type it on Google, see, so many help providers are there कि you can install this package, you can do it in that way. So आर आप अपने आप सीख सकते हो वीडियोस देख के, मुझे लगता है. तो टूल्स की अगर आप बात करें, सी आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट टेक्निक. So technique depends on your research work in whichever area you are working. But I think R you can learn, so you can do, research in any of the domain using R.
मैम थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे मैं इंटरप्ट करूंगा. I think Python may have a great future. R is okay, but learning curve of R is very, very steep. Number one, and many times libraries are disjoints. Means you have to learn separately and then apply. But in Python, things are quite overlapped. You can use one, and so I worked on both actually.
Okay, good, sir.
Yeah, I'm
I
using
have
both.
never used Python.
Yes,
You
but
require
Python,
coding for that, no?
it's the same thing with the R also, ma'am. Without coding, how you can do
No,
that?
no. In R, so we can do most of the work in R Studio. So we don't do programming in R.
No, R Studio is just like an editor, like any editor, like any
Mhm.
language editor.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't help you that way. We have even good editor with the Python also.
Okay.
Like the same VS Code we can configure for R, and the same way we can configure for the Python. There's hardly any difference. Python is much easier because it was developed after the R. So
Okay.
whatever the lacunas or difficulties in writing the code you find in R, that has been sorted out in Python.
Okay.
And Python has a very long, what do you call, a scale up, like you can go up to deep learning, and these kind of libraries are
Right,
there.
right.
And like NLP, we are talking about
Mhm.
natural language processing commands and everything AI. That will automatically being taken
Care
advantage
of.
in
Yes,
Python.
yes, right. And
And
nowadays, students are also taught in class 12th, I think, Python. 11th and
yes,
12th. Yes.
yes, they have replaced Java with Python. So, that's my take. Yes, we are facing the same problem as Dr. Mamta mentioned. Things are getting very quite repetitive. Number one, number two, the case studies again are quite similar. Like we don't have much straightforward answers to where we can use additive and whether we are going to replace the RFID or but ma'am, let me tell you one thing. Each technology has its own unique space in the as a part of solution. When we design a solution, I think you will agree with me as a technologist that when we design a solution, each technology has its own very peculiar way of a part of design or architecture of that solution when we design this entire stack. And that's where we have to appreciate the nuances and what we want in terms of quality output and the cost parameters. So yes, these technology are quite futuristic as of now, keeping in the mind the way India looks at these kind of technologies. So again, we are building our capacities. Government of India already taken care, and thanks to this FDP sessions, we are coming to know how the industries are taking up. That's what my submission is, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Ma'am, this side, Professor Mehta from Ujjain. I have one question.
Yes, sir,
More
please.
like, just I want to know from your side that how this technology is going to influence students' quality in terms of their skills of not only communication, but in terms of their additional personality features. Please throw light.
Student quality. So give
Hmm.
me 1 minute at least to think because
No,
this is
welcome.
the area where we all are helpless.
Yeah. Just I want to see your inputs.
Sir, I have seen some of the applications where the students are using AI, where they are, they are rehearsing for interview, and the AI is giving the feedback that you were pausing too much, or the interval between sentences was too much, or you were too fast or too slow. So this is how I think the AI can be used to teach them interview skills. So there I have seen.
Okay.
I am not actually recalling. I'm not able to recall the name of that AI, but it is used for placement preparation for the students. I'll let you
Okay.
know if you want. Yes.
Dr. Dharmendra, could you rephrase your question and what specifically you are looking for in terms of quality in students?
Yeah, because sometimes my take is that sometimes they are too much dependent on this kind of new technology tools, and taking their attention is taken away from the personal contact hours and one-to-one interaction with the faculty. That could be my my area of apprehension.
You can't teach them ethics. You can't improve their concentration with the help of this technology. But yes, their presentation skills, communication skills can be improved, sir.
The one change that we can bring certainly without any fear and hitch is the pedagogy. The way we are asking the question, okay, and the way we are, for example, don't ask them the objective questions or MCQ. Forget about it. Don't give them that kind of freedom, free marks. No, give them proper assignment case study where they have to look something beyond these LLM models or chat GPTs. Then only we can okay, initial for code learning or something, that is there because that's the way of teaching. Even in the BTech programs or even in the junior classes, we give sample programs to teach the language. That's the way it is. But once it come down to the project, you are on your own. So we have to work on that, means we have to work hard towards the way we teach. The
Right, sir.
old
But in
methods.
most of the private university, teachers are always overburdened with administrative work. So we actually forget the sole purpose of, teaching. So most of the
Yes.
time we give this अरे ठीक है ये क्वेश्चन बना देते हैं क्या करना है इसको इससे कॉपी करना है तो ये जो है हमारा विजन होना चाहिए वो हम भूल ही जाते हैं मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम
हाँ वो मीन्स फंडामेंटल्स तो सब किताब वही है, चाहे आप कोई भी टॉपिक उठा लो। मतलब टीचर भी इतने रिलैक्स हैं कि वही स्लाइड्स हैं, कुछ चेंज नहीं करना। हमको मालूम है कौन सी केस स्टडी बतानी है, कौन सी स्लाइड पे क्या लिखा है ये भी पता है, और उसी में घूम फिर के हमको 4 सवाल पूछ लेने, हमारी असाइनमेंट
राइट
हो गए,
राइट
इंटरनल बना दिया आपने। और तो ये पेडागोजी जो है यही हमारे पास तरीका है। मतलब अब आप देखो, मैं किसी से बात हो रही थी, इग्नू के पेपर्स आज भी लोग हिल जाते हैं पेपर सॉल्व करने में।
यस दे आर क्वाइट
दे आर टफ,
डिफिकल्ट
दे आर क्वाइट टफ, डिफिकल्ट टू डू दैट। असाइनमेंट्स वो सीधा आपको इंडस्ट्री भेज देते हैं कि आप मतलब एक फैक्ट्री प्लांट जाके विजिट करो, 3 लाइन का स्टेटमेंट, 3 लाइन की प्रॉब्लम, और बच्चा नाचता फिरेगा। उसको किताब में मिलना ही नहीं है, वो उसको एफर्ट डालने ही पड़ेंगे, किसी ना किसी से जाके बात करनी पड़ेगी। तो उसका पास परसेंटेज 4% है, बट हमारे प्राइवेट कॉलेज अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते 4%।
दिस इज करेक्ट सर।
तो वहाँ दिक्कत है, वहाँ हमको सबको हाथ में डिग्री देनी है, तो ये थोड़ा सा हमको क्वालिटी चेक करना पड़ेगा, और उसका कोई
Right, sir.
रास्ता नहीं है।
True.
सॉरी
Okay, ma'am.
मैम।
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your
All right,
input.
sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
sorry.
sir.
I think that's a conclusion for the ma'am's session. I am not able to see any more queries related to the ma'am's session. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your shared expertise with us, and of course, the learnings which we received. The time which you took out, that is something which will be always grateful for. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you for
Thank you,
inviting me.
ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, ma'am.
much. Yeah.
Very good evening.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. For the upcoming session, we have Mr. Gaurav Gurbani with us, who will be acknowledging us with his agile professional competent personality, and he's working as a functional consultant offering 12 years of IT experience in SAP and SD. He is engaged in very many activities related to configuration of enterprise structure, sales document type, pricing, enterprise stock transfer order process, and has worked on various ticketing tools like ServiceNow and ESP, which is a SAP tool. He is Mr. Gaurav has an in-depth understanding of the core business processing of marketing, sales, and service cycles, and of course, an efficient organizer, motivator, and a team player. We are very much looking forward to have your experience shared with us, Mr. Gaurav. So, Gaurav sir, over to you.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thanks. First of all, I would like to thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity. Okay, let me proceed and share my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It is now visible.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. So yeah, first of all, let me introduce myself. Myself Gaurav Gurbani, and I have been working in IT industry since last around 15 years, and I have worked for various clients, basically mostly into manufacturing, automobile, and high tech clients. Recently, I am working with Toyota Manufacturing from US, which is again into automobile. Apart from that, I have worked with Tata Motors, Harley Davidson, and also I worked with BMW, which is one of the leading car manufacturing company. So this is basically the domain which I have worked on, and but basically I'm into IT industry and serving the manufacturing clients. I have been completed my engineering in automobile engineering, and that is the reason why I was placed in IT industry and serving for automobile and manufacturing clients. This gives me a slight edge because I am very much aware of the automobile and the process, how the manufacturing industries and everything is going on. Apart from that, during my career, I was also I fortunate. I undergone the training for machine learning and AI. Also, I worked on one of the RFPs for the client. RFP means the request for proposal, how we can manage their whole enterprise through IoT, artificial intelligence, how we can revolutionize their entire assembly process into the using into the new technologies using AI and machine learning and IoTs. So I can and just a small I also I'm languages I have also learned Japanese because I have been working with most of the Japanese clients also, like Mitsubishi and all. So as you guys might be aware, they are not very much comfortable with English. So Japanese was a must for me to learn. So this is the brief introduction about me. And one more thing I just wanted to share with you guys is that I was just going through the agenda of this entire, I can say, seminar which started yesterday. So most of the topics are quite interlinked with each other, like the chat GPTs, AI, and the machine learning and IoT. Even I joined last session around 15 to 20 minutes back, and I came to know that most of the things are quite interlinked with each other. That is the reason. So yeah, you guys don't have much questions and queries about it, but yeah, I will try to make it more interactive. I would like to try to give more examples so that you guys can relate with the day-to-day routine life, how the things are moving, how the companies and the industries are using IoT and AI. Okay, so yeah, this was the brief introduction and what I would like to proceed with that. So just wanted to check with you guys, my voice and the space is okay, or I am too fast?
It's perfect, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, then so the agenda for today's seminar is that integrating IoT and AI for advanced design and manufacturing in Industry 4.0. So basically, first of all, I would like to tell what is AI, artificial intelligence. You guys might already know what is AI, but I would like to take examples and make you understand how AI works in the industry, how IoT, Internet of Things works in the industry. Okay, so what is AI and IoT? They are completely different things. So IoT, basically, first I would like to tell you about IoT. What is IoT? IoT is basically Internet of Things. So how the process works, how you can define is that nowadays, whenever you go and purchase any of the new vehicle, okay, any of the new vehicle, if you go and purchase from any of the car manufacturing like Mahindra, BMW, any car manufacturing, if you go and if you purchase a new vehicle, there are a lot of IoT being applied there. Now I'll give you few examples how the IoT works there. So there is a new system, there's a new technology which has been introduced, which known as ADAS, ADAS. So they make use of this IoT. IoT is basically, it's a physical device like our sensors, chips, everything. They just install in the car, whatever technology they want to use, they just install it there. And how it works, I'll tell you. So this, it's basically a physical device which is being installed in the vehicle to know the process. Okay, how that is used in the vehicles, what it will tell you. For example, I'll give you one example. I told you there is one example is ADAS. The full form of ADAS is Advanced Driver Assistance System. So, for example, if you are going in a highway, okay, and you know that most of the highways, it is written clearly that follow the lane. Okay, so ADAS technology, what we have done is that in that they have installed the sensors, installed the physical devices in the speed system, in the transmission system of the vehicle. And when you are going in the or on the highway, so whenever you increase your speed or whenever you try to deviate from your lane, it gives you the indication, or it gives you the warning that you are deviating from the lane. So this basically helps you to avoid accident and all those things. Apart from that, how it works is that whenever, for example, it's basically not used on the Indian highways, but abroad, you can say in Australia, US, this ADAS system plays important role. For example, when you are going to collide or when you are increasing your speed on the highways, it gives you the indication that you are just moving on. You can say a indication, or in the dashboard you will get the warning that you are going on a faster speed, please maintain your speed. So all these things is being done by the device or the physical, you can say, sensor which is being attached to the vehicle. So this is one of the example of Internet of Things. Apart from this example related to automobile or the manufacturing, I would like to give one real life example also. So in, you guys know Amazon. Okay, Amazon, they usually have stores in US. Okay, like we have Reliance, like we have other marts, D-marts and all. So Amazon, they have one store in USA. So whenever you go and purchase any grocery items or anything from their store, so what they are doing is that they just take all the information from you. Okay, and they have kept the sensors at their door whenever you enter the Amazon web store, right? So they have the sensors at the door. And whenever you purchase any grocery and all, you go home, so they, through that sensors, through that physical devices, they just note the your when you are coming, when you are going, and how in how many days you are coming, how many months you are coming back to that store. So once that days are coming nearer and you want to visit to that store, so before 4 to 5 days of the visit, they just start giving you the messages on the your mobile phone, the number which you have given them. Like they just throw the, you can say the whatever they have, that promotions, like we are giving this thing free with the offers and all. They just offers and all are being published on your mobile phone before the time period you're going to visit. So how they are doing is that at the door, whenever you enter the that Amazon web store, they have applied sensors there. They just read your face and body movement and all, and with the help of all the technology, they are just sending you this. Apart from that, one more example I just wanted to give you, which is related to one of the industry, how the IoT is used. So we have basically the fleet management. Okay, so how fleet works, for example, we have big industries where they manufacture machines, automobile parts and all. So they want to, you can say, send material or parts from one location to another. So how they usually use big trailers, tractors, big trucks and all. So basically in that fleet system, what they have installed is that they have again installed some sensors or some physical devices. So whenever that truck is going from one location to another, it gives the, you can say, a GPS kind of thing. You can, the persons, the employees who are there at the storage location, who are there at the plant, they just come to know where the fleet has reached, where the transport has reached, how much the speed they are running, how much petrol fuel capacity they have used. Everything they just can say calculate, or they get the information sitting at the plant, because they have installed the IoT, or you can say they have installed the physical devices and the sensors in the vehicle, the transport vehicle, which is carrying the goods from one location to another. So these are a couple of examples, 2-3 examples I have provided you how the IoT is working in industries, or apart from automobile or manufacturing industries, how it is playing an important role, vital role in the other industries. So nowadays, see, whenever in India, also I'll give you example which I have in my, if you move down to the next slides, I have one slide which is capturing how much percentage of market this IoT and I has capitalized. So basically nowadays, you might guys have also heard that AI and machine learning is going to reduce the jobs and all, but that I don't think is going to happen, because to build the IoT things, to build the physical devices, to build the algorithms coding behind the AI, the human intervention is only needed. Okay, so nowadays also, yeah, when we move forward with this presentation, I'll let you know how many companies, which all companies are basically using IoT and AI, all those things. So this was about Internet of Things, how the things would work and all. Secondly, yeah, artificial intelligence. So AI and machine learning, I can say, are closely linked with each other. Just a basic difference which I want to tell you between the IoT and AI is that IoT is making use of physical devices to do all the things, but AI is not using any physical devices. It is basically the, you can say, the logic, all the algorithms which is being loaded in the system, which is being captured with the help of previous data, historical data and all. So I'll give you the example how it will work. So guys, these all examples, like the definitions of AI and IoT, everyone can get on the, if you browse the Google and all, you will get. But I just wanted to make this more with the help of examples. So it will be, or in the layman's language, so it will be easy for everyone to understand. And for me also, it will be easy to deliver the session. Okay. So how AI, artificial intelligence, is working is that, so with the help of historical data, like for example, if a vehicle is taking 10 days to get assembled, as you guys know, that vehicle, they are being manufactured in different parts. Somewhere it is manufacturing doors, somewhere it is manufacturing chassis, somewhere they are manufacturing transmission system, somewhere they are manufacturing braking system, and at last they have a bay, which is an assembly bay. They just gather all the parts and assemble there. Most of the big companies, they are what, almost all the companies like Maruti Suzuki, Tata Motors, and the German companies like BMW, Mercedes and all, Ford and all, they are not manufacturing every part on their own. They just procure some part from the other OEMs. Like for example, they are procuring system from some other company. They're procuring transmission system from other company, and at last they just manufacture, assemble each and everything on their own, and the vehicle is ready. Things work. Let me tell you. For example, when a vehicle is manufactured, okay, and it takes around 10 days from scratch to get assembled. During this 10 days, there are various quality checks. And as of now, today in the current organization, today in the current world, quality plays a vital role. Unless and until you're not providing the quality things to the customers, the customers won't be satisfied, and this will lead to the downfall of the organization or the company or the manufacturing company. So how they are doing is that how the AI is being used. Let's say, for example, if 10 days are being required, 10 days are required to manufacture or to assemble a vehicle. Okay, based on the historical data, what all checks they need to do, like for example, they need to check the wear and tear of the tire, they need to check the braking system, all these things they have been coding in the system, and all in the system with the technologies like machine learning, Python, and all the SQL query, all those things they are being loaded in the system. So you guys might get the question, how would you know that this vehicle will go under which quality check and all? So based on the historical data, okay, based on the manual intervention, they just know what all things needs to be checked. So all those things they just upload in the system with the help of human intervention. They just upload in the system, and whenever the one part is manufactured, so there is a set of rules being set basically for each part to get under the quality check. So in that case, artificial intelligence comes into picture. Okay, so there, once that set of rules, once this algorithm, everything is being set, there is no need of human intervention. Each and every time when that part will be manufactured, it will go that quality check, and it will move further. If, for example, it is not give the warning message, or it will give the score out of 10, it will give 5 scores, 6 scores, so that will be again taken back and again work on that part. So this is basically how the artificial intelligence will be used in the manufacturing or in the automobile world. Okay, so yeah, so this was basically the introduction which I just gave with the help of examples regarding the artificial intelligence.
Gaurav sir, I think there is some audio disturbance from your side.
Now, so let us move information about benefits. Is it fine now?
Yeah,
Hello?
it
Am I
is
audible?
now. Yes, it is now fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when I just gone through this 2 slides, AI and IoT, was it fine, or there was some disturbance during these slides also?
No, I think the disturbance was only for 5 to 7 seconds, not more than that. I thought I should inform you prior if
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is some.
Yeah,
So
sure. Thanks.
nothing else.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. So let us move further with this benefits of AI enabled IoT. Okay, so what are the benefits, and what are all the benefits of AI and IoT once they are being installed, once they are being implemented in the manufacturing or the automobile industries? So I have gave you 3 examples. These are the most, you can say, frequently used examples of IoT and AI. But apart from that, what all the other benefits the manufacturing company and the industry is having once they have installed, once they have implemented artificial intelligence and Internet of Things in the industry? So the first is that real-time data analysis. So how real-time data analysis? So for example, whenever as I gave you the example, whenever they have implemented artificial intelligence, they have you can say build up the code, they have built up the algorithm. So once in the manufacturing or in the car industry, so whenever real-time data analysis means, for example, if a part is being manufactured and it has some issue, there is some issue with the wear and tear of the tire, so it gives the real-time For example, there are some, you can say, measurements. For example, if then in that case, if the measurement is less or it more, so it gives the real-time data that this is not as per the standards of the wear and tear, as per the standard of the part. Hence, it gives us the real-time data, and then it will be sent back for the refurbishment. Then predictive maintenance, for example, whenever you purchase a vehicle, right? So after that, earlier you used to check how many kilometers, okay, how many time has been for the vehicle. Then you go for the first service, second service, third service. Nowadays, most of the companies, what they have done, it has not been implemented in India, but abroad, what they have done is that it does not depend on how much kilometers the vehicle has run, how much days you have has gone once you have purchased the vehicle. It depends on the wear and tear of the vehicle. For example, if your tires are not in the good condition, if your braking system is not in good condition, if your car filters are not in good condition, in that case you will get the message, you will get the warning, you will get the information on the application that it needs maintenance. So this is the example of predictive maintenance. Then enhanced automation. So enhanced automation, initially when I started this session, I gave you the example of ADAS, that is advanced vehicle system. So when you are moving in a lane, when you're deviating from a lane, it gives us the warning that you are not on the proper lane, you are departing from the lane. Apart from this lane example, enhanced automation means, for example, the Google Maps and all, they have been linked with the vehicle, so it does not need human intervention. It will just navigate, the vehicle will just navigate as per the command you have given. This is enhanced automation. Then improved customer experience. So earlier, whenever we were going to the workshop for maintenance, for you can say maintenance or the service of the vehicle, at that time everything was manually. We were updating the job cards and all those things. But nowadays, improved customer experience is that through your one click, through the mobile applications, through the link, you can do each and everything from sitting at one place, or you need not to go here and there, you need not to do manual work. How you can do is that, for example, customer experience, right? So once you give the vehicle for the servicing, right, what all they will just go to the check, what all things need to be repaired, what all things needs to be replaced. So all those things, what is the cost of that new part, what is the cost of the labor cost, everything you will get on your app. You need not to, they need not to call you every time that, sir, this is the your tire is torn out, you need to install a new tire, this is the cost. These things are not at all happening these days. You're not getting calls for each and everything, because you know, right, unless we give them consent, they are not doing anything on the vehicle. So these all things, now what is doing, they're just giving all this information on the application which they have prepared, which they have provided to the end customer. Each and everything, every quotation of the parts which need to be changed, each and quotation of the labor cost, everything will be provided on the app. Just you need to approve or reject it. It will go to them and they will start the work. So everything is just happening with the help of AI, or you can say machine learning and all. Then another thing, another point, another benefit is that enhanced safety and security. Okay, so ADAS, as I told you, is again one of the safety on this safety feature. It tells you that you are deviating from it helps in the vehicle collision. Apart from that, there are other few security and the safety system, like for example, the door locks. Okay, nowadays, if you I have seen one recent example. I will give you one real life example. For Mahindra, nowadays they have for XUV 700 and for XUV 3XO, these two new XUVs which they have manufactured. For that, what safety feature they have given is that whenever they have one application which is being developed. So for example, whenever we are going to some mall or whenever we are going to some restaurant, there we have the valet parking. Okay, in that valet parking, the people who are there at the valet parking, they just take your vehicle and just they park in the desired space. But you are not aware where they are going to park it, what they are going to do with that vehicle, whether they will go and drive the vehicle for more kilometers. So these things we don't know. But Mahindra, what they have done is that each and everything they have been connected with your application. For example, if the door is opened by any other person, you will get a message. If they have started your vehicle, you will get a message. If they're not wearing a seat belt, you will get a message. If they're wearing a seat belt, you will get a message. How much kilometers they are running, you will get a message. So you are well in advance informed that who is how they are using your vehicle, whether they are using it with full security safety or not. So all these things will be, you will get information on your application on your handheld or mobile devices. So this is one of the, you can say, a very safety feature which is again being implemented, being built with the help of AI and IoTs. Okay, so yeah, so this was the, you can say, basic or you can say the benefits of AI and IoT. Now let us move to the next slide. Before I proceed with the next slide, so just wanted to check with you guys. I'm okay or I'm too fast?
You're too good, sir.
Yeah, fine.
No problem.
Yeah,
Perfect.
fine. Yeah, because I'm thinking that if you guys are, because I'm not hearing anything from you, right? So maybe it might be that I am too fast. But yeah, thanks, Navita ma'am.
Actually, there will be somebody who wants to ask. They will first try to write on the chat box to gain
Okay,
your
fine.
attention.
Yeah.
So
Then
attention.
we can take the
Yeah.
question answers in the at last, right?
Yes, we will be taking surely, sir.
Yeah, fine. Thanks. So let us move further with the next slide, which says that increasing popularity of AI and IoT. So nowadays, this is one of the, I can say, the data, or you can say the data which I have taken out, which has been extracted by the AI and the machine learning organization community, where there is a basic. So as let me tell you before I proceed further, all the technologies which are coming and going, they have one community. Like for example, I have been working with SAP, so they have one SAP company which is delivering, which is which is publishing all this data. Similarly, for AI and IoT, there is some IBM who is can say whole and soul responsible for AI and machine learning. What all things they have developed, what all if anything in the product and all. So this is the basically the data which has been published by them. So nowadays, all the manufacturing companies and industries, they are trying to move, or in India, it is not that much popular. Because why in India it is not that much popular? Because you know, right, in the manufacturing and the automobile industries, they require huge space for manufacturing. They have very big plants and all. So India, in India, they don't have big plants, or they don't have much infrastructure. That is the reason why Indian companies like Tata Motors, Mahindra, and they are moving slowly to AI and IoT. But in abroad, like the French and the German companies like BMW, Ford, Mercedes, all those companies, they are now 60%, 70% being moved to AI, and they are being, their whole plant is being driven by AI and IoT. So this is the popularity it is gaining. And earlier, Indians, or the human tendency was that they were not at all, they were not easily believing that this technology would, like for example, I gave you an example of ADAS, right? So if you go to a old previously, if you go to the old people, or if you go to someone else, they will say sometimes it will not work. It sometimes technology can also be, you can say, it will not work. What will happen if you are totally dependent on that technology? But nowadays, after the checking and the quality checks and all those things, the people are more moving towards IoT and AI because they are producing good results. So if you see my screen, 60% of the, you can say, technologies or the industries, they are using 67% IoT, then AI, machine learning. Not only manufacturing and you can say vehicle automobile industry, apart from other industries like retail, high tech, all those industries, they are also using AI and IoTs. Okay, then again the examples. Moving on to the next slide, example of artificial intelligence and IoT. So I have given most of the examples, but in the next slide I have few more examples for you guys. I'll just discuss all these examples in brief, how AI and IoT are being used in the day-to-day life, how they are being used in by the different domains and all those things. So the one is the robotic manufacturing. So robotic manufacturing. So whenever you go to any engineering college, most of the engineering people, they are aware how the robotics, there is a subject related to robotics, how the things are working, how, because robot is not like that, it is coming and it is working. It is being built, it is being manufactured by human only. So all those chips, all those things which is being installed there, the physical devices which is being installed in the while manufacturing robotics, so all those physical devices comes under the example of internet of things, that is IoT. What all functions that robotics is going to do. One robot cannot do each and everything. Each, for example, if you go to BMW plant, I have seen one video on YouTube. If you see how the manufacturing is done in the BMW plant, if they are not picking the part and putting it somewhere, there are robots are being working there. So the robots, how they are robots, how they are working, with the help of AI, they have fed the algorithm, they have given the inputs, they have built up the logic that you need to put this part under the braking system, you need to put this tire in front chassis system, back chassis system. All those code had been given to the robots, and accordingly robot will perform that activity. So there is a slight drawback in that using IoT and all, but people are means but we are the IoT people are working on it. The drawback is that the functionality or the code algorithm or the physical device which you have installed, right, if something deviates from that thing, then there is some, you can say, that will not be done 100% with the 100% accuracy. Okay, so this is one of the drawback of IoT and AI. Then moving next to retail analysis. So retail analysis, initially I gave you the example of Amazon store. So whenever you are entering their store, there are the sensors being installed at the door and they just face recognition, your movement recognition, what all things you are frequently buying, historical data, that this guy is basically purchasing this companies or this company, grocery companies and all. They just everything is being feeded. They are working on the algorithms, and in the future you will start getting promotions, you will start getting offers on that company, on that brand which you are using. So this is being widely used by Amazon store. Then the third example, smart home. As you guys, everyone, most of the people around us in our homes, we are mostly using Alexa. Then Alexa. So everything is being in our televisions, or we have the electrical system being driven by Alexa. Also, recently I gave you an example of Mahindra 300 and 3XO. Apart from that IoT and all, they have also implemented Alexa system in their vehicle. So this is so Mahindra is the first company, Indian company, which has done that. They have implemented Alexa in the vehicle system. So when it comes to the smart home, everything like our television or everything with our lights and all. So these are being driven. Just we need to say, Alexa, do this, Alexa, do this. Based on our instructions, Alexa is doing that. This is the example of artificial intelligence. And and there is one more example of smart home. So whenever there are being, so that whenever whenever we are installing the smart home electrical appliances in our home, so you need not to make use of switches and all. Whenever you enter the home, with the help of sensors and all, it will switch on the fan, it will switch on the light of that particular area. When you leave that place, it will just switch off. So you might have seen this in most of the companies also. Whenever there is no movement of any physical object or any human, they just the lights or switches are just closed off. And when there is a movement, people are sitting and doing their work, the lights and the electric system gets on automatically. This is again an example of IoT, Internet of Things, with the help of sensors, with the help of physical devices. This is being done. Then the fourth point, healthcare. Before I proceed, how the IoT and AI plays a role in the healthcare. You guys know healthcare is one of the fastest growing domain, fastest growing industry around the world. Many new technologies are being implemented for very big, you can say, deadly diseases like cancer, brain, related to brain and all. So so there are many new technologies, being new machines which are being built up, which are making use of IoT and all for the healthcare. I would like, I don't belong to this healthcare domain, so I will not be able to put much more light on this healthcare. Okay, but I am very much sure that nowadays many new equipments, many new machines are being developed in the healthcare department where they can know what all functions, each body function, how it is working in all in well advanced. Okay, so this is how it makes use of in the healthcare department. Then moving on to wearable devices. So wearable devices, I am 100% sure that most of us who are sitting in this meeting, in this seminar, are wearing smart watches. Okay, apart from smart watches, we have the mobile phones and all. So the smart watches is one of the greatest example of wearable devices. So how you guys know, right? How with the help of, if you check your watch, smart watch, you will see some sensors or been chip installed there at the back. Okay, so this is one of the example of IoT, how it is working. It just checks your pulse rate, it checks your heart rate, it checks your steps, how your steps you are moving. So how this is possible? This is possible with the help of IoT. There is a small physical device, there is a small chip which is being installed in that wearable device, which is smart watch, and that identifies the pulse rate, heart rate, how steps you are moving, your blood pressure, everything is being identified with the help of that chip. So this is the example of artificial intelligence and IoT. I would not say artificial intelligence in smartwatches. It is just the example of Internet of Things. Okay. So these were basically, you can say, the other examples apart from manufacturing and automobile industries, how IoT and AI is playing its role. So not only apart from this, also we have various other examples, okay, where IoT is playing their role and AI. So I had shown you in one of the previous slides that 67% of the industries are on the IoT. They are making use of IoT technology. What people are predicting is that it will drastically it will increase down the years, around after 5 to 7 years. More of the industries, more of the people are going to use IoT and AI in their daily life, in the manufacturing or in the other domains. Okay. Now the next slide, which gives us the details, or gives us how role of artificial intelligence in manufacturing. So till now, what all things I have told you, these were the examples. Okay, where it is used, what it is doing. For example, smartwatch, then ADAS system, I told you, security, then quality checks. These are the things, these are the I can say benefits of the AI and IoT in the industries. Now what will be the benefits, what will be the role? See, for using this AI and IoT, what is the result for the company? So that is being covered in this slide. Enhancing productivity and precision, reducing labor cost, impact on quality and competitiveness, finding better design solutions. So again, I will take one example and I'll let you know how this is affecting the overall result of the company. For example, earlier when AI and IoT was not there, machine learning was not there, everything was done manually. For example, if a vehicle was taking around 20 days, 30 days to get assembled, to get manufactured and prepared and out of the plant. Now after implementing of AI and machine learning and IoT, the time has been reduced to half or even less than half. So if you guys go through Mahindra's website and all, now earlier they were producing around 500 cars per month. Now with the help of these new technologies and all, they are preparing 8,000 cars per month. Okay, so how it is being done? So as I told you that with the help of AI, they are giving the coding, quality checks and all. They are just taking less time, because human intervention usually will take time, because we need to check each and everything manually. But with the help of AI and all, it is just the speed has increased. In that case, the overall time period to prepare a vehicle has reduced, and the waiting time for the end customer to get the vehicle has also reduced. This in turn will make the user happy, end user happy and all. This is one of the can say advantage of implementing AI. Then reducing labor cost. As I told you that once the quality checks has been build up algorithms has been written that these all quality checks need to be done. After that, once that is done, there is no need to change anything. So in that case, labor is not required to check each and part again and again. With the help of that logic, with the help of the algo, with the help of AI, every part will be checked, every vehicle will be checked automatically. So this is again reducing the labor cost. Labor cost, if the labor cost is reduced, then the company will also reduce the vehicle cost. This in turn, the end customer will get the vehicle in the less cost. So everything is linked. There is a cycle which is running. So this will, starting with the upstream system, it will also impact the downstream system and the end customers. Then impact on quality and competitiveness. Sometimes when these qualities and everything was being, when the quality was checked by human, when human intervention was there in the quality check, sometimes there is huge chance that something is missed by a human, because we all are humans, right? We can make, anyone can make mistake. So there are many chances that a part can there are, let's say for example, there are 10 pointers to be checked. Someone can miss 5 points, someone can miss 4 points. So there was a huge can say tendency, human tendency to miss the things and all. But with the help of this AI and all, when the things are being done robotically, when the things are being done automatically, there is a very less chance of you can say there is very impact and quality will be very less. There is very less chance that it will be negative or all those things. So every quality will be checked in a very positive way. Then finding better design solutions. So earlier, finding better design solutions, example, earlier, so when a new vehicle is being introduced in the market, so before that, you might be aware that designing phase goes on. How you're going to design that vehicle, how it is going to look and all. So for that, earlier there were many software tools which were like CATIA, AutoCAD, which were used to design a vehicle. But now with the help of AI and all, how AI and all it is doing, for example, how AI and IoT is working, they just gather information from everywhere, and it gives us the better option that if you build a vehicle like this, it will be good for the company, it will suit the Indian roads, it will suit the abroad roads, based on each and every condition, how many clearance you need to give. These keeping in mind all those things, it gives you the better design solutions, that this type of design is suitable for Indian roads, this type of design is suitable for abroad roads. So based on the historical data and all, this AI gives you the information, and it gives you the better design solutions. So these were the end impacts of the of implementing AI and IoT. Then apart from that, yeah. Now moving on to the next slide, which says that how AI is transforming factories. Okay, so how AI is transforming factories. So I just give you an example. Earlier, each and everything was being done manually with the help of human intervention. Now, how AI is being transforming in the factory, when the AI is being implemented, how it is transforming in the factories. Okay, so the difference with AI is the scale of automation that you can achieve, which leads to increased efficiency for the entire factory. According to a study by Capgemini, more than 50% of top European country, I told you, the German country, they are being using AI and IoT. Okay, so so basically, I gave you the example, right? How most of the I told you that Indian companies are moving towards it, but the European and the German companies, they have started implementing and using AI and IoT to the full capacity. And in also US is also have using started using AI and IoT to most of the extensive. Around 28% in US in the automobile industries are using this. China has 11% industries which are being dependent on AI and IoT. So this is basically the transforming factories. It's you can say AI and IoT is still new, but it is growing very in a tremendous with a tremendous speed. Okay, then moving on to the next, says that how does AI work? Okay, so I already told you when I was explaining you regard what is AI and all. So again, I'll just give more information about how the AI is working. Okay, a standard computer algorithm contains a specific set of programming instructions that tell the system exactly what to do and in what order. So I told you that there is a specific set of rules. Okay, like for example, if you're giving a 10 rules, this is the first rule, that it should first manufacture headlights, then it should manufacture chassis, then it should manufacture braking system, then it should manufacturing transmission system. So step by step, the rules have been given to the computer in the form of computer algorithm, which tells in what order, in what sequence we need to do. Okay, so an AI algorithm, how is going to, however, designed to learn the best way to perform a task without using specific instructions. Instead, it uses input data and feedback to develop a model, often though millions of repetitions of trial and error. So I told you, right? Whenever we are giving the instructions or the set of rules or the algorithm to the system, right, to run and in what order, there might be some hit and trials. Like for example, there are some parts which are not being for vehicle, which are not being fitted properly, which are not being, this part for some vehicles, this part need to be manufactured first and this part needs to be manufactured second. For some vehicles it can happen, but we have already given some set of rules, so there is some I can say probability of things which we need to repeat again and again, even in AI also. Okay, so there is one more example. If you see Mitsubishi, which is one of the, Mitsubishi, for instance, has developed an AI system that teaches robots new tasks by letting the machines develop optimal actions through trial and error. So as I told you that we are already giving the set of rules and the AI and the robots are just performing based on that rules. But there is a new enhanced thing also. Mitsubishi is trying to work on it. They are still not successful in that. They have developed an AI system that teaches robots new tasks. For example, I told you that when we have already given the information, right? Whenever we have already given the set of rules, it is behaving similar to that. But Mitsubishi, what they have done, they are making robots, they are making system which can perform new tasks also, which can deviate from the regular task. So, okay, to develop the machines, to develop the industries, to develop the cars and all. But still, that is still under trial. So they are not 100% successful. Even it is not 100%. It is not 100% error free. So they're still working on that. Okay. Then moving on to the next slide, which says that AI and IoT in manufacturing, taking the industry to a new dimension. Okay, so new dimension, I already told you that you can just think of a basic example. New dimension means they are reducing cost, they are reducing the overall time period to manufacture the, so hence it will benefit the end customer. So this you can say that it is taking the industry to a new dimension. How fast the things will move, how most everything will be autonomous, everything will be based on the robots, less manual intervention and all. So this is a new dimension, this is a new revolution. Earlier, when you say around 10 to 15, around 20 to 25 years back, very less people were aware of internet, very less people were aware of the smart devices and all. But now if you say that each and everyone has internet accessibility in their homes, are using the smart things and all, this is the one of the internet revolution which we have seen. Similarly, for industries, manufacturing industries and all, from the human intervention where each and everything was manufactured with the help of human intervention, they are just revolutionizing, they are just moving to the automotive thing, which is where AI and IoT is playing a major role. This is you can say AI and IoT taking industry to a new dimension. Okay. Now, how they're taking to a new dimension? There are few agendas, there are few pointers which I have noted down. So yeah, so these all things, guys, if you in my slide which you see, right? So these are what I have thinking, what my knowledge says, how the things work. Like only those things, only those points I have written here. You might have also seen that I have not elaborated each point, because instead of elaborating, I just wanted to give you the examples of each point so that everyone can easily understand it. And these points are just you can say what I have seen, what I know according to my knowledge. I have noted all these points. So, yeah, before we proceed with this, I have a slight edge over automobile and manufacturing clients is that because I have done my engineering in automobile and I am basically working for automobile clients. So I am very much aware how the business process, how the business works for the manufacturing and automobile clients, their sales, service, and marketing. So I have an upper edge on that. That is the reason wherever I go, whenever I just change the organization. During my career of 15 years, I have worked across around 7 to 8 organizations. So I am getting the chance to work for manufacturing automobile clients only in every organization. So this you can say has become the area of expertise for me. Okay. Now, okay, there are few points. Let us move. Let us start again with this slide. There are few points how the things are, how the things are revolutionizing, moving faster for the industries using AI and IoT. So excellent designs, high risk task management, enhanced supply chain management, machine vision, better inventory management, predictive maintenance and improved connectivity, real time tracking, reduced human intervention, better resource optimization. So excellent designs. As I earlier gave you one example that before this AI and IoT, there were some basic automobile designing softwares like AutoCAD, CATIA, where they will just simply we can just design a vehicle. But now with the help of these new technologies, not only the new designs based on the various factors, like for example how the road conditions, how much clearance you need, how much new designs, how much clearance, how much wind direction, how is weather forecasting, everything based on that. The AI and IoT, with the help of AIoT, the excellent designs are being manufactured. Excellent designs are being manufactured by the companies. They can get the new excellent designs. Okay. Then high risk task management. So high risk task management was like that earlier, as I told you that everything, every each and every job was being done by human, right? So there were very high risk tasks also. Like for example, if they need to cut any part, okay, there are very small parts also, the nuts, screws, and all. So if they need to file a part, if they need to any we can say a core mechanical work, if they need to cut anything, if they need to drill anything, there were some high risk tasks, okay, and they need to sometimes to get the things heated, they need to go to a very high temperature of around 80 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Celsius. So these were very high risk tasks, which was very difficult for humans to perform. But now, with the help of robotics, with the help of IoT, install a device in the robotics that the robotic can take a part, put it in some hot, you can say, chimney or oven type to get that part molded. Okay, basically, basically the example is to get a part molded, it has to go some high temperature. That was very risk for human. Now it is being performed by the robotics with the help of artificial intelligence. They are just giving the instructions. You need to put it. You need to put it in that reservoir with the high temperature. Once that is being done, once it reaches certain temperature, you need to take out and put it here. This is the high risk task management, which was earlier done by humans. Now it is being done by robots. Then enhanced supply chain management. So if enhanced supply chain management, not only in manufacturing and automobile industries, you might have seen in Amazon, you might have seen in Flipkart, all the e-commerce sites where you are getting all the e-commerce site. Earlier, you might have seen whenever you need to send a courier, whenever you need to send anything, just giving an example, it used to take a n number of days, around 7 days, 8 days it used to take. So this is for a small thing which we are sending as a end user. But for the big companies, if they want to send, for example, if I take an example of Tata Motors plant they have in Pune, they are manufacturing vehicles there. Now, if they want to send that vehicle to Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, or even to some other city, it earlier with the help of the supply chain management, it used to you take n number of days to take to transfer one vehicle to from one location to another. Now, with the help of AI or with the help of new technologies, you can say the enhanced supply chain management. So, as I told you, the fleet management. I gave you an example of fleet management. They have installed the physical devices. They are very much aware with the help of the devices, it gives the data that where the vehicle is, how much time it will take to reach that location, how much fuel they have burned, everything you will get with the help of the devices. Then machine vision, and machine vision, then better inventory management. So inventory, as you guys know, the raw materials, how much materials we have. So earlier, as I gave you example initially, that a manufacturing company, they are not manufacturing each and every part on their own. They are procuring some parts from other companies which are specialized in that. Like for example, Maruti, earlier they were not manufacturing engines on their own. They were procuring some from other companies, other OEMs, okay, third party companies. They were procuring some parts from that. So better inventory management. So earlier each and everything was done manually, that how much parts are coming in, how much parts are coming in, how much parts are being utilized, how much is the available stock, everything. So now with the help of IoT and all, they have installed in the warehouses, they have installed the sensor. They will automatically give the data that this part has been used, there is a less quantity of it, please order it. So everything you will get it with the help of single click. They will just place the order to the third party, it will come to the main company and all. So this is how the inventory is being managed now with the help of AI and IoT. Then predictive maintenance and improve connectivity. So predictive maintenance and improve connectivity, as I told you, that you whenever you go to purchase any vehicle, with the help of applications and all, you will get each and every detail, that this time is coming for the first service, this part is being broken up, this is not working. This is predictive maintenance. Then real-time tracking is a very basic example. GPS is being installed in the vehicles, it gives you the real-time location of the vehicle. So real-time tracking. This example nowadays, if you can see, nowadays the students or they are going to schools, right? They have the this transport system, buses and all. So it has been being mandatory by the government that each school buses, and in most of the cities, that the buses they need to install the device. They need to install the device for real-time tracking, GPS and all, because in order to track the buses, what is happening in the bus and where it is now, for all live location and all. Then reduced human intervention. This is the common example, common basic, you can say, basic benefit of using AI. That with the help of algorithms, with the help of IoT, human intervention has been reduced. Most of the things are being done by robots in the autonomous process. Better resource optimization. Better resource optimization means that, for example, humans are also resources, right? The employees are also the resources for the organization. So if they are being so for example, they have built a algorithm, they have implemented AI for some quality check, but then those resources can be used for some other work. Okay, so better resource optimization is also being done with the help of AI and you can say machine learning and IoT. So these all slides, around 10 to 15 slides, this gives us the information how the things work. The examples, I've given you various examples, what are the benefits, how the AI is working, how IoT is working. So apart from this, now I just wanted to share some my personal knowledge and what I have seen also. So as I have told you initially, that I have been working on SAP technology. SAP is basically being used by enterprises, ERPs, and mostly by the manufacturing and automobile industries. So what that software is doing, SAP also, they have integrated with AI and IoT. So all the sales, all the surveys, all the marketing process of a particular industry is being now handled by SAP technology. SAP is a very old technology. It was being introduced, I think, in early 2000s, around 2002, 2003. It was being introduced. So now it has moved to a greater extent, that now it has a specific solution for each industry. For automobile manufacturing, they have separate solution. So basically, with the help of SAP, we are just managing the sales, how much vehicles, what all time taking, what all procurement. There are various other process also in the automobile industry. This as this session is related to manufacturing and automobile, right? There are some common terms like P2P, which says that procurement, what all procurement inventory we are doing, then order to cash, from starting with the manufacturing of the part, sending it to the delivery, shipment, and customer, dealers, all those things are being handled by the SAP software. Okay. So this again is a SAP is a very good software for the automobile and manufacturing because it covers each and every process. And if you just check whether you have contacts with the IT people and all, if you see most all these automobile and manufacturing, when you check which all technology they are using, 90% they are using SAP only. Okay. So this was only my, I can say, personal knowledge and a bit about me. So yeah, so these all information I think I have taken a very short session, but this much information I was having, which I wanted to share with you guys. Most of the things I have taken with the help of examples, what all things I know. So I'm not sure because this is my first time I'm taking this type of session, because I typically belong to you can say technical. Typically a technical person working on softwares and all. So this was the first opportunity, and I was, you can say, very glad to see this opportunity. But I think this was a very short session. Yeah. So that's it from my
I
side.
think the session, whatever the short and long doesn't matter. It matters how enriching it was. And I feel that every participant in this meeting will agree with me that how enlightened we are and how our knowledge base has increased with you sharing your expertise and experience. It was actually very informative, and you can also see in the chat box, Gaurav sir, that how the people have given you feedback. And if there are any queries, participants will be asking through chat box, or they may raise their hand, or in fact, they can unmute themselves. So we will take the session to the discussion forum now. Let us see if there is somebody who wants to discuss more or have anything that they would like to ask you.
Very good evening, sir. Nice session.
Thank you.
Gaurav sir, are you able to listen to me?
Yeah, I am able to listen, but your voice is bit low.
Okay, let me a bit louder. Initially, you mentioned about some project in IoT and that you have undertook earlier. If you can throw light on that project. You mentioned about one IoT project that you have already done with some company.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, initially I gave you the example. I was working with one of the client was the Toyota. Okay, Toyota material handling. That is not the Toyota which manufactures the vehicles. There is a separate company as a TMH, Toyota Material Handling, which is based out of US. So they are extensively using the use of IoTs and all. So how they are manufacturing the forklifts in the airports. You have seen, right? The cargos and all, they're just picking the heavy cargos and putting in the planes and all. Okay, so those forklifts and all, this that is being manufactured by Toyota Material Handling. They have implemented IoT. So I'll give you one example how they have used the use of IoT. So basically, they have installed the physical devices or the sensors in their fleet management system. Fleet management is, you might have seen on the roads, on the highways, there is a long trailer carrying the vehicles, carrying the machines, carrying the and transferring it from one location to another. So in that vehicle, in that fleet management, they have installed the IoTs, which tells in how many days, because that trailers, if you see that they cannot move in a tremendous speed as the normal vehicle is moving. They are moving very slow because they are carrying the huge uh, load with them, huge volume of machines, huge volume of boilers, everything, whatever that company is manufacturing, they're just carrying it from one location to another. So in that fleet management, in that trailer, they have installed some devices saying that it tells us their live location, at how much speed it is moving, and how much time it is going to take to reach that specific destination. So these all things, how much fuel it has consumed, because these, as I these big fleet systems, now they are using huge, you can say, volume of fuel also, because the heavier the vehicle, the lesser is the average. So all those things plays a wider role in determining the efficiency of a vehicle in the cost um, calculation of the supply chain management. So that physical devices, that sensors gives that information, which are being installed in the fleets.
Okay. Okay. So are they using it in combination with the GPS or
GPS is just giving the
location,
live
like
tracking, right?
tracking and location?
Apart from it, all other things are being given by that IoT. Yeah, they are using it with the combination of GPS only.
Okay. And where they are using it and which geography?
Yeah, they are basically using in North America and Latin
Okay.
America. They have basically the operations in North America, you can say the Columbus and all, and in Latin America they are mostly into Mexico and all.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that these all things I have repeatedly told, this AI and IoT for Indian manufacturing companies, Indian supply chain system, they are slowly and slowly moving towards it. But abroad, in European, in American, in Chinese, Japanese company, they are extensively using all these things.
Okay. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Gaurav.
Yeah, good evening.
Sir, I wanted to ask you, since you were talking about AI in manufacturing, so if I ask you about the cost that is occurred by the organization related to implementation of AI, is it only possible for the big MNCs to implement, or is it possible for the medium-sized organizations as well to easily implement AI in their system?
Okay, yeah, thanks for this question. Actually, it's not about it is being used by the large organization or it is being used by mid-sized organization. It depends on the number of applications. It depends on number of things you are using in that AI. AI is not just specific. AI and IoT is not just specific to single thing. It has it has huge number of applications. It has huge number of use cases. So for mid-sized companies, what they can do is that they can just take few features, like one or two features they can take. It will cost them
Okay.
low. For huge companies, they can extensively use it. They can take around hundreds of features they can use with the help of AI and IoT. They can develop hundreds of physical devices. They can install it in every part of the vehicle. So it all depends on the features and all depends on your requirements. It is not like that mid-sized companies cannot afford it or something like that. Mid-sized company, based on their business process, based on their scale of the business, they will just use less features of that.
Okay, that
So
would be really, sorry.
uh, I wanted to ask a question. Like in Google, there is a feature when you're using Google Map, they tell you about some accidents ahead or
Correct.
some object is going in. It's
Correct.
also Internet of Things, right?
Correct. So I gave you one example of ADAS, right? Advanced vehicle system. So that is also playing a almost similar role. It is in the latest vehicle Mahindra's XUV 700 and 3XO, that ADAS system is being installed. So whenever you are running a vehicle on a highway and this ADAS system is automatically on, it gives you that you are deviating from a lane, a vehicle is coming, you if you are running with this speed, you're going to collide with that. So yeah, this is one of the example which the companies are using, but you told that Google is also using, so that is also artificial
Yeah,
intelligence.
I just had a practical experience today when there was a 16 wheel truck, and I was driving towards my college. So I got that live information. I deviated and I could avoid the traffic. So I just wanted to give you that is also Internet of Things, I think.
Correct, yeah. That is one
Okay,
of the live example of Internet of Things, or the physical devices that might have been installed on the traffic signals. Okay, might have been installed on the Google might have installed it somewhere else. So that gives the live information of all those.
maybe the truck might be using Google Maps and the data came from there.
Correct.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
for a very good informative session, sir. Thank you
yeah,
so much.
thanks for that.
Sir, I also wanted to ask about the data privacy issues, if there are any related to AI when we use them in normal day-to-day life. Because in a country like developing country like India,
Mhm.
we can see that not many cybersecurity things or policies are in place. So, what are your views on the data privacy part of AI?
Correct. So data privacy is one of the major thing which most of the organization want to see. They don't want that data should be leaked to some other company. So I am not very much sure on the data part of thing, but I am sure that when we are implementing AI and IoT, it is not leaking the information, private information to other organizations on the cloud platform. And I am sorry for that. I don't have much knowledge on the, you can say, the data part, privacy part.
No worries, sir. No worries. In general, I was asking, what about the what is the status of cybersecurity in India?
That I need to check. I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, no, not a problem, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Good evening, sir.
yeah. Good evening.
First of all, let me thank you for just giving us a practical view about it, how you have worked in the industry and you have shared your experience. The
Yeah.
only thing is I missed upon the importance of SAP, which you were using quite often. So
Mhm.
what is exactly SAP is all about, and what are the like pros specifically of using this?
Yeah, correct. So SAP. So why I have given you the information on SAP is that so this session is basically on the manufacturing industry and all. So SAP can say is one of the software which is being introduced by the German company. SAP is a German company. System application and product. Full form is system application and product. Okay, so it is basically used by manufacturing and automobile industry. How it is? What are the pros? What are the benefits? What are the consequences of that? Is that, see, whenever for example, now for example, I'll give you the real life example and I'll tell you how SAP is playing a role in that. So whenever you go to purchase any vehicle, so they just give you the option for configuration, what color you want, what type of brake system you want, what type of you can say other, you want AC or not, you want what type of music system you want. So these all things are known as configuration. Okay, make to order. This comes under make to order. The vehicle is being manufactured according to your choice, according to your wish. So earlier, what was happening, everything was noted on a notepad that this color you need is. So now with the help of SAP, you just need to what all, so what all choice, what all configurations you are given, it is 100% sure that company might not have it because they don't know your choice prior you are giving them the instructions. So with the help of SAP, the SAP just takes all those points, it just makes the things easier, and it just takes all the points, what all the configurations are required by the end customer. It sends to the plant. It's for example, if they don't have any part, they just help with the help of procurement. So all these things, what all storage in the storage location, in the warehouse, how much parts they have, what is the quantity of the inventory left and all, according to the customer's choice. So the SAP helps to identify all those things. And if for example they do not have the part, it just creates the purchase order for the third party. So basically it handles the business process of the company. This is how the SAP is playing part for manufacturing and
Is
industries.
there any, sir, is there any role played by AI in this?
Yes, SAP has now collaborated with AI, but very less. They are now checking how much they can extensively use AI, but still they are using it. So not much of it, but still they are in. You can say there are plannings to move. SAP is planning to move ahead with AI and IoT.
And which version you are using, SAP, My SAP or HANA?
No, we are using HANA on cloud.
Okay, okay. To my knowledge, sir, SAP already has these kind of processes in place. I've seen it way back 2000, 2004, 2005. I've been with the telco Tata Motors earlier as a trainer. Around 1.5 years I've been there and interacting with all. And also later on I've been trainer. So whatever
Yeah.
you're saying is okay. The configuration part, as I understand, and let me, if I am wrong, kindly correct me. These options are already there in the system. The only thing, depending on the pre-designed choices, they fabricate the machine or the car accordingly, based on ticks. Like Dell gives you these kind of choices when you are configuring your machine. You ask what kind of size of RAM, etc. So similarly, in the way the car manufacturing, like Maruti and all, they're using it like anything. I've been in discussion with the Maruti guy who's handling the ERP part, Manisar, yes. And I think these already are in built in, and there's hardly any new thing that you are mentioning, except the part that they are used by the manufacturing industry quite a lot. I think they have penetration up to 90% and more than that.
Correct, correct. You're right, sir.
Thanks to their standardization of these processes and very, very up-to-date research facility at Bangalore.
Yeah,
I've been
you're
to
right,
there,
sir.
yes. Yeah. And one more issue here is, I'm aware about the BI integration with the SAP,
Correct.
not the AI integration with the SAP.
You're saying what? What you're saying? Can you please repeat?
Business intelligence is the module is already there.
Correct.
But how the AI part can be used?
No, but yeah, for what I know is that for AI they are not using any integration thing and all. So the new feature in SAP itself, in the cloud itself, they are enhancing that AI in itself in the SAP module only. They are enhancing. They are not integrating separately with AI.
Have you read anything on that?
Yeah, I have seen. I have even read on it, but I'm not 100% sure.
What kind of capability or capacity enhancement is expected from these AI feature?
That I haven't gone deep into it, sir. I need to check that.
Because I'm aware about the how they integrate with the manufacturing part, even the oil and gas. I have witnessed one system with the SR Oil, Jamnagar refinery.
Okay.
So I've already gone through that. My question is again, if you know about anything, how artificial intelligence will impact or will help you in designing the processes or whatsoever. I don't think anything concrete so far. I'm not able to imagine. Yeah, that's the challenge.
Yeah, you might be right, sir, but I need to deep dive into this. Maybe, yeah, so to take how the things will be working with SAP.
That's all from my side.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, I have a query. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to know that big giants or big corporate giants or big public sector undertakings, they are definitely incorporating AI into their operations. But what about the small MSMEs or self-help groups or NGOs? If, for example, like if a fabrication business, small fabrication business from the ground level, or maybe some women self-help groups, or maybe a tailoring business, if they want to incorporate AI into their business to stand in the competitive market, then what would be your suggestion how they should proceed, and what formalities or regulations they need to follow so that they also can enter into this big market of AI?
Yeah. So actually, based on your query, what I understand is, so if they, for example, you are saying any fabrication company or any company which is just growing from the ground. So for that, first of all, it depends on the customer base, what type of customer base they have. Like for example, if they have a customer which is just, you can say around 10 to 15 customers, and they are the only repetitive customers. So in that case, I don't think there is a point to implement AI, because that 15 to 20 customers are aware that we need to purchase any fabrication part from there. But for example, if they just want to grow the business from 10 to 15 customers, they just want to make it 100, 200 like that. So now, so with the help of, you can say, social media, so whenever you open any social media, and you can or any, you can say, website, you can see that the pop-ups are coming.
Yes.
Yeah, pop-ups are coming. So that I think that does not require much cost. That is, I think, a
Okay.
small example of AI only that can be used for that small scale industries. Just
Okay.
yeah, with the help of some, for example, if it's a fabrication company, okay, they are just
Okay.
manufacturing small part. So whenever you open any, for example, whenever you open any e-commerce site, or whenever you open any you can say e-commerce site or any automobile site, just they will get the
Hmm.
pop-ups there. So
Hmm.
yeah, usually we can, it's eye catching, right? Then it
Hmm.
forces us to click on that link and we can just explore them. This can somehow can increase their you can say customer base.
Okay, because suppose like if we keep the social networking site aside, or this social marketing site aside, then is there any other options also where they can enter their business, and then they can also incorporate AI more meticulously or in a massive way?
That we need to check on the business process, how they are, what all things they're manufacturing, the business process, then only we
Hmm.
can give the solution. uh, as of now, theoretically we cannot give the 100% perfect answer, but by
Hmm.
analyzing their business, what all things they're manufacturing, how much time it is taking, how much labor is required, whether we can optimize that labor or not, whether we can reduce it or not. So those
Okay.
all things we need to check, and we can, then only we can give a solution or conclusion on that.
Is there any organizations like registered organizations who can serve these ground level business operations in Indian market? Is there any organizations like that who can help them? Can you please name a few example if you are aware of that?
No, I'm not aware of that such organization. Sorry for that.
Okay, okay, okay.
I think it was a very interactive and informative session. The participants, I hope, have gained and enriched their knowledge base. Thank you so much, Gaurav sir. It's time to wind up for today. Though we
Thanks.
always try that knowledge is not something which is limited by time, but of course, our other engagements and commitments do come in between. So
Correct.
thank you so much. I would just like to take 2 minutes to give you a heartful thanks to take out this time and your resources that you have incorporated for us. It was such an enlightening experience which has definitely enriched our understanding of AI, IoT, and I think everybody will agree here. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thanks for the opportunity, and it was very nice experience to interact with all. Yeah, thanks for that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
For tomorrow's session, we will be having Ms. Neeru Rawat with us tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. She is the Deputy General Manager HR at Nippon Co India Private Limited, Delhi. Along with that, tomorrow you will also have me, yours truly, presenting the role of venture capital and private equity in funding industry 4.0 for the startup. So I think the interaction will be much more tomorrow. We will always look for your active participation, and thank you so much everyone here who has made this FDP enlightening. Sharing of knowledge is something that is why we have built up a community, that it is all what it is about. The academia and corporate gap has to be fulfilled, and if it can be done with this, and if it can be achieved through this, I think our mission is accomplished. So, but then that is not fulfilled until and unless we get the cooperation from everybody, until and unless everybody's queries are being solved, and there is no scope for further confusions. So, on this note, I will like to end the FTP for today. The feedback link is already being provided in the chat box. I will put it again for those who have had some network issues. I am constantly getting messages. I will upload the feedback link again. Please do participate in the feedback link. Do give your feedback, that enables us to keep your record of the attendance, as well as we can acknowledge your presence in the FTP. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Also, it's a genuine request that if you could join the WhatsApp community as well, so that you are well aware and we could give you a gentle reminder of when the FDP is going to start, who is going to be the session head at that time, and you will get a constant reminders.
My
And
humble
if
request, if you could share these feedback links on WhatsApp, it will be great.
sir, I will share it on the community that we have created. I hope
Yes.
you are in that.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I
Thank-
will share it.
Thank you.
Sure,
very
sir.
much. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day. Bye.
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good
Hello.
evening, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, I just want to share that I was being removed from the WhatsApp group. So can you
Is
please?
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, for sure, I will do it. Can you please drop me a personal message on this chat, sharing
Sure.
your number?
Sure, ma'am.
I will definitely add you. I was not aware. Sorry for that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
No worries, ma'am.